Good afternoon. I'm back. Right, this is my new purchase. I've not got a new Jenny yet, but we have got a new car. It's a Range Rover Vogue 2004, 3-litre diesel. Full service history. Just about to do a service on it. It's fully loaded, it's got absolutely everything, electric everything. Beautiful paintwork. Got it cheap because the guy lived in London, and the new ultra low emission zone, he can't keep it because he'd have to pay £12 a day to drive it. So today's mission, hopefully it won't rain. It's still quite mild, so I thought let's get the service done. The next job I've got to do, I've just bought this to go on as well, which will be another day, which is a tow bar, which I've got to fit as well. But for the minute, it is service time. So, catch you in a bit. Okay, so fuel filter first, which is a nice easy one to get to. Undo this pipe here, this clip, which shows if you've got water in the system or not. So it's this one this side. On this side, which I always use a 932, or I think it's a 7mm, instead of putting screwdrivers on these, because one, you can never get them tight enough, and two, you can strip the top and then you can't get the Jubilee clip off. So that's what I always use. So basically, you also need this Torx bit to undo the clamp at the top. Clamp there, that's safe. That should, I believe, pull out of there. Yep. That's the top bit, which is the water sensor. Now I'm not sure how that's actually held in. It's tight. Ah, I see. There's another clamp down here, which is a different size Torx bit, as it would be. These Germans, you know, because even though it's a Range Rover, on this year it was owned by BMW. Because BMW owned them, obviously they put all their bits on them, engines and whatnot, which is a good thing because these 3-litre engines are ultra reliable. And that should, we just have to loosen that, I think. I don't think I have to take it right out. Let's see. Yep, that's nice and loose now. Right, the next thing I'm going to do, I've bought somebody's diesel injection cleaner, and what I do with it, to give the injectors a good blast out, what I do is fill it in the new filter, and when that goes through, the injectors get a good, nice, strong mix of injection cleaner. Get that put away. That's one surefire way of really giving your injectors a good clean. And all you've got to do is remember which way the pipes go, and that one goes on there, so that can sit that side. This one here can sit that side, then I know which way that goes. This It's diesel. I'm going to put fresh diesel in it. Fill the filter. Fill the filter, you shouldn't have no air in the system then much. Go. Throw the old filter away. Drop the new filter into the housing. Let's get a bit of rag. And the excess off of that. Now, first things first, let's lock that in position. So it don't twist or move, and it's easier to get the pipes on. Then I will put this bit on the top so we don't get no muck in it. Nice that they've put it in a nice accessible position though, because some of these are an absolute nightmare to get to. Some of them are right down the back of the engine and underneath the back of the car, and they get all mucky and everything sticks to them and they go all rusty. These under the engine bay, which is a nice job. Right, tighten that. That needs another bit of a tighten. Right, first pipe on, which was this side. That goes into there. Clip in position. This one here goes onto there. That's the feed from the tank, and then you've got one which is your return line. Get your little 7mm. Same on this one. Then your little sensor back on the top. That is one diesel filter changed. Now what we do, just to make sure we haven't got any leaks or anything, I'm going to get the keys. We'll give it a start, we'll let it run. Don't rev it though when you do these, because you can run it out of fuel. So what we do, okay, start her up. You can see through that pipe there's some air coming through. Just leave that for a bit, give it a minute or so, and then that'll fill the filter. Everything should be happy. Right, back in a bit. Now doing, in the depths of the darkness, the oil filter, which you unscrew from the top like this. With a big socket. This one, the socket I've got, is a little bit big, but it does just fit. It's a little bit loose, but it does fit. Now if I take that off, you will see it in real time. There's the old filter. Let's get it in the bin. And what we do, we'll pull this bit off. Let's see if I can get that under there. this bit is the old filter that just gets pulled off. Don't know if you can see that there. We get the new filter. Which is here. That just pops on. Like that. Excuse me. They do come with new O-rings, but I don't change them unless they're leaking. A lot of people will tell you otherwise, but that's the way I've always done it. It wasn't leaking in the first place, so there was no need to change it. And make sure you get it on and you don't cross thread it, so put it on hand tight to start with. Where's that rag gone? Because it is a plastic part, obviously going into metal. You don't want to cross thread it in any way, that's for sure. It feels a bit tight. Let me see. I wonder, sometimes these go on a certain way. Looks the same both sides, so, but I will spin it round and we shall see. That's better. Oh, that's much better. So it was a certain way round even though it looked exactly the same. Sometimes you just have to take a little bit of time just to suss things out with these. So that's hand tight. I'm going to give that a little nip now with the bar and the socket. It hasn't got to be too tight, just enough to seal it because it is plastic. That is probably all you need. Right, I'm now going to go and wash my hands because I don't want to get in the Range Rover all dirty. Then I'm going to pull up on the ramps. Then you'll meet me underneath when I drop the oil. Catch you in a bit. And there we are up in the air. Right, I will come back to you in a minute. What I do give you with the kit is new sump plug washer. And this one is a tiny one. It's only a What size are we? 17 mil, sorry, for this one. So that's all drained out now. So let's get the plug back in. Same with the sump plugs, you only want to just give them a little nip. You don't want to really crank them up because you can break the seal on the sump because it's only aluminium. So you just give it a little tiny, that's plenty. So otherwise you strip the threads. Right, catch you back up the top once I put the oil in. There we are now, just checking the oil level. Check it on the dipstick. I've put 5 and a bit in it so far, which is plenty to get it down off the ramp. But I'm sure it takes around about 8.8 litres. So we'll check it. Right, that's at the bottom on the dipstick. So another litre in, let it settle, and then try it. Oh, I made a mess. Good job it's mine. Right, lid back on that. Let's get a cloth to mop that up. There we go. Let's give that a minute or two, or a minute or so, or whatever. Doesn't take long for it to go down because it's brand new oil. It's quite thin at the minute. Still saying to add some, I think, but just leave it a little bit longer. Just the clips broke on that one. Looks like I might have to take the injectors out to do the rocker cover gasket. Oh, that will not be fun. That will not be done this winter. I shall do that in the spring because it is only a little drip. It just builds up a bit over time, but I'm not worried about that so much. But at the minute, check the power steering fluid. And what you do, you got a little dipstick on it with 3 little lines on there. You wipe it, you put it back in, and you take it out, and that's up to 2, so that is full up. Right, let's check the dipstick again. Still think I'll have to add some. Yeah, look, see there. It's only about halfway up. We need to be somewhere here. So about another half a litre maybe. I've already done the pollen filter, so like I say, the next job at the minute, get the tow bar done. Right, that leaves about 2 litres out of the 5. 5, so that's 6, 7, 8. So it might still need a little drop. You can't never tell though, because they say 8.8 litres. That depends if you've got every single drop of oil out of it that was in there before, which is very, very hard you haven't got it on the right level. In most cars you don't have on the right level. So, right, let's check her again. So I've got this cover to put back on the front in a minute. Let's see. Ooh, tiniest little, I reckon more than that and it'd be too much. So there we go, that is one service done. Oil change, air filter, fuel filter, oil filter. It's taken me about an hour. And a garage of, well, I don't know how much, I know Land Rovers charge you £595 for what I've just done. The parts come to £152, but I didn't scrimp on parts. I bought Bosch filters, I bought Mobile 1. I didn't want to put rubbish in it because it's a luxury, you know. So when this was brand new in 2004, this was a £70,000 car. So you can't put cheap oil in it and cheap filters and stuff. It just don't, you know, you've got to treat it with the respect that it had, I think, anyway, when it was new. Yeah, the pollen filter, it lives underneath that bar there, but I've already done that the other day, so that was the first bit I did because it was easy. So what we do now is we put that back on. Put that back on. Get the wipe off. And I've just got this cover here to put back on. So yeah, service done. Catch you all later. Thanks for liking, subscribing. If everyone would, I would be grateful as well. Like, subscribe and share. Tell your friends. I've got 90,000 subscribers. Sorry, 90,000. 90 subscribers. I wish I had 90,000 subscribers. No, I've got 90 subscribers now, so I'm over the moon. That happened the other day, which I'm really happy about. If I had 90,000 subscribers, I could just give everything up and... yeah, excellent. I'd get bored. I'd still have to do things. Anyway, catch you all later. Bye.